Hey, welcome back to my daily YouTube videos. If you enjoyed this video, like the video and subscribe to my channel. And a little update, I know I haven't posted in a while, but I'm going to try to make weekly videos. Alright, in this video I'm going to talk about how Kyrie is proving us wrong. First off, I'm going to say that I was truly wrong about Kyrie. I thought Kyrie gave up on the Brooklyn Nets. I thought he was a team cancer and he was going to retire early. And to be honest, he was on my fantasy team, so it kind of made me mad when he stopped playing basketball. I started losing because I needed him. Kyrie's also proving the media wrong. The NBA media was trying to destroy Kyrie by saying all these kinds of negative stuff about him as a person and how he's playing. Also, NBA Twitter was hating on him because NBA Twitter always hates on a player if they do anything negative. People, me included, called him a teen cancer, and people said that he didn't care about the Brooklyn Nets winning a championship or even winning games at all or even making the playoffs. People were making tweets and videos saying that he needs to be traded, but now people aren't making negative videos and media isn't really talking about him anymore because they know that he proved them wrong. People, when they get proved wrong, they do not like to admit it, but that is how it is. Kyrie's having a superstar type of run right now. He's averaging 27.9 points since he came back. And the Nets look a lot better when he's on the court. People didn't know how KD, James Harden, and Kyrie were going to work together. And since Kyrie came back, it has been working pretty well. The Nets are the second seed and not far behind from the first, only a couple games away. Also, they're on a 5-game winning streak. That's because Kyrie gave up the point guard role to James Harden and playing like a shooting guard role, which seemed like a perfect fit for Kyrie. Kyrie's getting a lot more open jumpers and drives to the basket, which really boosts his efficiency. This shows that Kyrie is actually wanting to win games and wanting to win the championship. Kyrie is shooting 52.8 from the field and he's shooting 42% from 3. First off, I love this because this really helped my fantasy team because of the efficient way he is shooting. And he started doing this when I started facing the top teams in my fantasy league. He's also helping the team's offense by being a really good shooting guard and letting the offense running through James Harden, which he said was a better playmaker in a lot of interviews. Also, we can see Kyrie is working with their head coach, Steve Nash, which at the beginning of the season was thought to be a problem because we really didn't know if Kyrie was going to work well with Steve Nash. And in some interviews, it sounded like Kyrie didn't want Steve Nash as a head coach. But we can see now that Kyrie words were just mixed up because the media loves to do that. And he's working very well with Steve Nash. Watching Kyrie shoot mid-range and right now threes just seems like he doesn't miss from there. And in my opinion, Kyrie has started to become one of the best mid-range shooters of all time. At least top 10 or top 15. He's shooting 46% from mid-range, which is like top in the league. And we all know about Kyrie Irving's dribbling skills. He's definitely top 5 in dribbling. Kyrie just makes basketball look so hard because all the dribble moves he pulls off, and like they're just insane. And he's playing off James Harden's playmaking very well, which makes Kyrie seem more like a better team player. And it shows that Kyrie was right about James Harden's elite playmaking skills. His defense still needs work, but he's never been a good defender, and I don't think he's going to change. And that's for all the Nets stars. Kyrie is also playing off KD very well, which is really nice to see, since we really didn't know that if Kyrie and KD could play off each other very well. By letting KD do what KD does, the Nets offense looks a lot better because of what Kyrie is doing by playing the shooting guard and giving the ball to KD and letting him go to work. It sucks that health protocol has caused KD to not really play much this season, but on a side note, I love seeing KD play like an MVP after having one of the worst injury in NBA history. Kyrie's playstyle is also helping the Nets role players play a lot better because he's letting the Nets role players go to work too. But the role players are getting involved in the offense since Kyrie gave the point guard spot to James Harden, because James Harden is giving them a lot of open looks that Kyrie might not be able to do because it's how good James Harden is at playmaking. Watching Kyrie today, it seems like he's having one of his best seasons, even with all the Brooklyn Nets stars around him. Also love seeing Kyrie having one of his best shooting seasons of his career. This amazing shooting split has really helped the Brooklyn Nets win more games, and it makes them look more like a championship contender. Kyrie is making the most threes of his career with 2.9 made threes a game. Seeing this shows me that Kyrie is actually an elite shooter from three, and that the Nets have one of the best shooting teams of all time. When I see Kyrie on the court, the Nets just look a lot better. And people thought that Kyrie should have been traded, and now that does not seem like he should be traded at all. It's also really nice to see that Kyrie's mental state has improved since he took that break, and now it kind of looks like that break was actually necessary, because in that break, Kyrie's trade value went down, which caused Kyrie not having to be in a trade for James Harden, which just boosted them having a way better team. Honestly, we need to realize that basketball players are just normal people who are just elite basketball players. Kyrie doesn't really owe us anything, and the media should realize that also, because they say some stuff that's just out of line, and they really don't need to be saying that. On a positive note, the Nets look like they're going to make it out the East, and for me, I think they're going to make it out. They're my top team to win the championship, and I hope they do, honestly, because I'm a James Harden fan. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you liked the video, subscribe to my channel and like the video. Leave a comment down below what you think about the video or anything about Kyrie that I missed. Alright guys, goodbye.